This is the newsroom.
This is the newsroom for Tuesday, February 25, 2025. We're broadcasting to you on E1 SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, police wrapping up probe into the gruesome murder of a young mother. 3 die following a Berbice accident.
Very good. I love it, Picnic. Never fight across nobody.
The new Royal International Hotel opens, and in sport, junior Lady Jags qualify for a Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship, and Jagdeo calls for business model to propel the development of sport. With the news, I'm Mashramani. Thank you for joining us. City businessman Marlon De Silva remains in custody as police probe the brutal murder of his partner, Kenesha Vaughn, which occurred at their Diamond East Bank Demerara home last Saturday night.
Kenesha Vaughn was a 27-year-old mother of one. She was young, full of life, and found joy in raising her only child, a 3-year-old boy. On Saturday night, she was brutally murdered. To give some context, Kenesha was shot multiple times about her body, allegedly by her partner, Marlon De Silva. The incident occurred at the couple's Diamond Housing Scheme East Bank Demerara house. De Silva is a licensed firearm holder. He is in custody. On Tuesday, Crime Chief Wendell Blanham said investigators are in the process of wrapping up their investigation. Once the case file is completed, it would be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal advice. At the time of the crime, De Silva was under the influence. In fact, the police said that a breathalyzer test showed that he had 83% of alcohol content in his blood. This is way beyond the legally prescribed limit, which is 35%. What really happened? Vaughn and De Silva were together for about 4 years. It was reported that De Silva was imbibing and liming with a group of friends at a popular city spot earlier Saturday. Whilst there, Vaughn reportedly called him and asked that he come home. So he became angry. Once he arrived home, police said the couple had an argument during which the businessman reportedly slapped Vaughn. Police said Vaughn reportedly reacted with a knife and approached De Silva. It was at this point that De Silva pulled out his firearm from his pants waist and discharged several rounds in Vaughn's direction, hitting her about the body. She immediately fell to the ground. De Silva then contacted the police, who responded and rushed Vaughn to the Diamond Hospital. She died there while receiving medical attention. The scene was processed, and police said they found 4 9mm cases and 3 suspected projectiles were recovered. So what happens now? A mother, friend, and sister is dead, and her child is motherless. The family and friends are hoping that justice will prevail and De Silva will face the harshest penalty. For the newsroom, Charlotte Bacchus.
We tell you now that 3 persons died in a Caribbean accident on Monday. Dead are 22-year-old Adrian Inchin, 18-year-old Keishan Ramnath, and 21-year-old Amir Supan. Police reported that Ramnath was reportedly riding a motorcycle CN6641 just after midnight. Inchan was a pillion rider. They were traveling south in the eastern lane of the road, allegedly at a fast rate. It is also alleged that Ramnath lost control of the motorcycle and collided with another motorcycle, CP3158. Suban was on that motorcycle heading north in the western lane. The collision resulted in the riders of both motorcycles and the pillion rider being thrown onto the road, sustaining various injuries. The mothers of 2 of the young men spoke to the newsroom after the accident.
Me been just come home from work. Me come home 11, like 10 to 11. Me come home. When me come home, me say, we am here there. Them say, I'm here asleep. So me run and go wake am here. Me say, I'm here and I gotta go walk. He say, yes, mommy. Me say, so what you still doing in your bed? And he get up and he went down bed and so on. He put on his clothes and he gone. He say, mommy, me gone. I say, all right, left the gate, me go close it. And he gone. And me gonna upstairs and me lie down. Me not been sleep yet and me get a phone call say come see and me get in an accident. So me say me get up and me gonna go wake up my son and me say lawyer come see Amir get accident. Come let me go see what wrong with you. Me get up and me gone. When me gone, me see my son lie down there like he dey asleep. My son done dead already.
Son left to go work and he come back Sunday and he said, Mommy, you go hang out with one of your friend them. And I was sitting there, never get back my son for comfort. I never see my son. I wait tell me, Mommy, you go work and you come back. And afternoon, they say you go hang out with one of your friend. I never see my son. I say I want that picture again, man. My son was a very good boy, loving picnic. He never fight or cause nobody.
The Royal International Hotel opened its doors last Friday, marking the addition of 241 rooms to Ghana's hospitality scene. With 50 staff members, the majority of whom are Guyanese, the hotel is already making its mark. Located just a stone's throw away from the Botanical Gardens, the National Cultural Centre, the city's iconic seawall and the heart of Georgetown, the Royal International Hotels offers a prime location for both business and leisure. Guests can enjoy top-tier amenities including an elegant restaurant, luxurious rooms, and an upcoming fully functional mall. The complex will soon feature a supermarket, gym, conference center, gaming facility, and a stylish lounge. The conference hall is set to host over 500 attendees, making it a perfect venue for large events. The ambitious Guyana utility-scale solar photovoltaic program, GuySol, has taken clean solar power by the end of 2025, with the goal of reaching 33 megawatts of clean solar power by 2026. Currently in the implementation phase and representing one of the largest investments in renewable energy Guyana has ever seen, the US $83.3 million project sets out to construct solar farms in regions 2, 5, 6, and 10.
The ambitious Guyana utility-scale solar voltaic program GuySol has taken off, promising to deliver 18 megawatts of clean solar power by the end of 2025, with the goal of reaching 33 megawatts by 2026. Currently in the implementation phase and representing one of the largest investments in renewable energy Guyana has ever seen, the US $83.3 million project sets out to construct solar farms in regions 2, 5, 6, and 10. The 18 megawatts will power communities across Berbice and the Essequibo coast, 10 in Berbice and 8 along Essequibo.
So the contract that is currently in place with Sumac and XJ covers the Berbice and Essequibo locations, which are 5. So there are 3 locations in Berbice. Those are in region number 5, Trafalgar on the west coast of Berbice. In region number 6, Prospect, which is basically in East Kanji around Canefield village, and Hampshire on the Quarantine coast. And in Essequibo coast, in region number 2, we have Onderneming and Charity.
Work has started in all regions except region 10, but GuySol isn't just about the numbers.
Linden, there are 3 additional sites, which brings us to the 8. In Linden, we are looking at Block 37, Retrieve, and Decoura. And as I mentioned, we anticipate works, contract award and work starting in the new year, very early in the new year, following a successful evaluation and award. And an 18-month window puts us towards the middle of 2026 for the completion of the Linden projects.
And that's not all. While the GuySol project is the largest in solar energy installation in Guyana has grown to almost 200% since 2020, setting the stage for the country to achieve its ambitious energy transition goals.
We're seeking to implement a program that trains women from these communities with our project sites. We want to train and certify them in the installation and operation and maintenance of solar PV. We have what is an apprenticeship program that deals with young professionals who want to gain experience in the administration of these types of programs.
So, why is the GuySol project important?
So it is, you have to balance benefit now with benefit in the long term. And benefit here is we are providing our little bit of contribution to the mitigation of climate change and the displacement of fossil fuels.
When the newsroom returns, we bring you stories from Mashramani celebrations this weekend. Welcome back. This is the newsroom. Thousands lined the streets of Georgetown to enjoy the 2025 Mashramani Float Parade. Here's a newsroom highlight video of Sunday's parade.
Guyanese right now, put two hands in the air for me.
Tell everybody, this is a breakaway. Jump up it all away. Show me your energy. We marching up every day. Captain on bar behind the truck. Jump up it all away. Show me your energy. We marching up every day. Tell them now we ready for the road. 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 Watch them girl them push back. Bumpers rolling non-stop. When you see we ready to get on board.
Before that, cultural performances were part of the festivities organized for Guyana's 55th Republic anniversary. The grand flag raising ceremony was held at the Public Buildings Breakdown on Saturday. At midnight, the Golden Arrowhead was hoisted.
Mama, all GT Massive and crew, where are you? Where are you? If you're present, represent. If you're present, represent. Represent. Sing out. From Guyana, mash it up. To Canada, mash it up. From iTunes, mash it up. To Miami, mash it up. From Buxton, mash it up. To Brixton, mash it up. From Leg One, mash it up. To London, mash it up. Hear them arrowhead. When I see the flag waving, it's a sight that's so amazing. And I can feel the rhythm blazing. And I can hear the people them saying, Arrowhead, I love my golden children. Arrowhead, I love my golden arrowhead.
A new childcare service has been launched in Guyana, and the Standards Bureau encouraging more small businesses to get certified. These and more stories when the newsroom returns. Welcome back. This is the newsroom. Vice President Dr. Jagdeo firmly asserted that the People's Progressive Party Civic will win the upcoming general elections, refuting claims from the opposition about election rigging. Speaking at a press conference last Thursday, Jagdeo addressed the accusations from opposition leader Aubrey Norton, who had made allegations of a planned landslide victory for the PPP. Jagdeo rejected these claims, emphasizing that the party's success would be based on its inclusive governance and national development record.
Mr. Norton also had some rhetoric when I was abroad. I saw something saying, oh, the PPP is planning to rig to get a landslide. Not to rig. I heard them mentioning, they're all mentioning landslide. We don't mention landslide. One group mentioned, oh, we're going to get, they have to intervene to prevent us getting 2/3 majority. We will win the elections. We're not predicting 2/3 majority and all of that. We will win the elections because of our work, because we are approaching Guyana as a national party, the People's Progressive Party, because we are treating all of our people equally, regardless of their race, their religion, or gender. We're making a serious attempt to cross racial divides in Guyana, historic racial divides. On a daily basis, we do this work because we're genuine about it. And we want all of our people to progress. That's why we will win the election.
Aimed at supporting local businesses, particularly those with an interest in adopting standards that will help improve their products and services, the Guyana National Bureau of Standards, called GNBS, on Tuesday launched its 5th National Quality Awards. The National Quality Awards honor businesses that exemplify exceptional quality practices, contributing to the overall advancement of standards and quality in Guyana. The awards align with the World Standards Day, which is observed on October 14. GNBS Executive Director Trevor Basu on Tuesday urged small businesses to take advantage of the opportunity to achieve excellence.
The National Quality Award commenced in 2017, a few years ago. And back in 2017, when it started, the National Quality Awards would have recorded 18 participants. It's a biennial event, so it occurs every 2 years. And then there was a second one in 2019. It grows slightly to 21 participants. But then, the program was strengthened with revised award categories that included environmental focus, sustainability, safety, among a couple other areas. And that widened the scope and apparently encouraged more businesses to participate and get on board. Following today's launch, we will be opening the application process. So as we conclude the launch here today, we will open the process. Persons can start to apply to participate in this activity. And that application process will run up until March 31st. You have large organizations, of course, which are the ones that I think we started off with initially. So you have those in the manufacturing sector, and you have those in the services industry, financial sector, banking sector, tourism, anything that's not product related. And beyond the manufacturing, service, and industry, we have two other categories, which are the small businesses. That is for businesses who have under 25 employees. And there is the micro or agro-processors, those who have under 10 employees. So any of those four categories can apply. The criteria, however, the award criteria, is focused primarily around international quality management principles. So we're looking at things like businesses that are customer focused, businesses that pay attention to leadership, process approach, improvement, relationship management, among other areas.
For the year 2024, the Ghana National Bureau of Standards certified a total of 28 businesses, including medical laboratories, GNBS Executive Director Trevor Basu said. This is indicated by a Made in Ghana certification mark on their products. This signifies that those businesses met the required quality standards, giving them a competitive advantage among consumers.
For 2024 alone, the GNBS, through its National Standards Council, has approved 33 standards. Note that we're coming from years whereby we used to do in the teens and then in the 20s, and now we're in the 30s. We have also planned to have approved at least 30 standards in 2025 once again. For 2024, again, a little backstory. We provided technical assistance to 79 organizations, that is helping those organizations to become certification ready. I'm saying all this to let you know that more and more businesses and organizations are recognizing the need and the benefits of embracing standards, which results in quality output, which results in more businesses and loyal customers, right? So 79 organizations received technical assistance in 2024. Added to that, 924 persons would have benefited from training from the GNBS in 2024 in areas ranging from quality management system to health and safety, among a number of other areas. So, one other one to add to that. We did certify 28 new businesses in 2024 alone also, some of which were laboratories, medical and testing laboratories. Other areas of certifications were specifically the Made in Guyana program.
The Baby D Agency, a childcare service provider established in the United States, has expanded to Ghana to support families navigating busy lives. The agency was founded 6 years ago by Donette Brotherson, a Guyanese teacher who migrated years ago. After equipping herself with additional childcare skills and founding the agency in the US, she is back in Ghana to expand her business, which includes newborn and postpartum care, lactation consulting, baby sleep therapy, nanny placement, night nurse, and doula services.
Hi, my name is Donette Bredesen, the CEO and founder of Baby D Agency. It was always in my heart to work with kids, but I don't know, something rose up inside of me to work along with moms, and I felt that it was imperative that, I get moms involved, not just taking care of, the babies, but, so we quickly move on to dealing with postpartum moms, and that growing through, a thing. We started out with like 2 staff when we started, and it quickly grew, and I was pretty much excited, but at the same time I was nervous, but that motivated me to just keep going. I decided when I formed Baby D, I decided that I wanted to help moms and not worry about my fears. After, dealing with a few clients, the word got out there and things grew. And now we have a staff back home of over 12 women. And I'm pretty much excited about that. So I felt it was time to come back home and provide the service here. Because especially in this economy where we have mothers, spending long hours at work, and we also have foreigners working here who's accustomed to that service. So right now we have a staff of 3 people here ready to work. Currently, we're looking for people to come in because we usually train our staff. It's not just, you come, you give your credential and we allow you to work. We don't do that. We train our staff to make sure everything is, that they have the knowledge that, needed. We also train newborn care specialists, of which will help to take care of newborn. All right. So we would like them to, come forward. We train you. It's a small fee involved, but, payment plan is available.
As has been customary since the late 1990s, the African Cultural Development Association, called Jagdeo, hosted an exhibition for Black History Month this February. Held at the Thomas Lands Georgetown location, the exhibition will conclude at the end of this week, with organizers urging people to attend and discover the hidden truths of African history under this year's theme, Ancient African Kingdoms.
Much of Black history has not been told. So many organizations now are trying to bring these hidden truths to the fore. And the exhibition here is just one of the many attempts to educate not just Guyanese, but people around the world about the journey of African people. Every race has its history about which it is proud. But if you ask most young people, you'll find that they know very, very little about African history. So, for instance, as I've noted, the quality of life in the world today is based on African inventions. You name it, astrology, astronomy, navigation, medicine, it all began in Africa. And what we can say is not just that most of the quality of life and the inventions, but those inventions that were not created by Africans, we can say that Africans laid the foundation for them to be possible. So Africans need to be proud of their illustrious history about which most of us are ignorant.
African history plays a very integral role in our life and society at large. And as he rightly said, we can find and trace history about all other ethnicities. But unfortunately, African history is not as it ought to be. We could go into any library today and find books upon books about European history, but we seldom find about African history. So we believe in our endeavor here that we can help persons to be in the know, that they'll understand African history. And one of the objectives is that when persons come to this exhibition and they listen to about the kingdoms of Africa and such like, they will go and share it in their family, with their families and the communities. And that in itself will spread the word and put others in the know.
When the newsroom returns, the weather, financial, and bridge reports along with sport news. Stay with us. Ghana scored the decisive goal, sending Ghana through to the tournament's main draw for a second time. In 2020, they reached the quarterfinals where Haiti knocked them out. Ghana needed a win against Haiti to progress, as only the top team from the group would advance. They now joined 5 other nations and a preceded powerhouses, the United States and Mexico, to compete for places at the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Poland. The top 4 teams from the 2025 Concacaf Under-20 Women's Championship, the winner, runner-up, and 3rd and 4th place teams will all qualify for the World Cup. Speaking at a recent youth forum of the Ghana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo, Vice President Dr. Jagdeo emphasized the need for a transformative business model to elevate sports in Guyana. Responding to a question from national footballer Curtis Kelman, Dr. Jagdeo underscored the importance of government's investment in sport, insisting that it must go beyond mere facility upgrades to foster a sustainable economic framework.
And it has to be transformed into a business model. Right now, we are driving it from government, but it is more done to provide better facilities for people. It's not a full-fledged economic model. So we have to do that, transform even the thinking. Many of the associations still have archaic thinking, and I don't think they themselves. We want to work with them, but many of them don't have a vision for the sector. The associations, the voluntary associations themselves, they don't have a vision. And it becomes immensely harder when it has to be a top-down approach to addressing this issue. Because if you have great associations that can work with the business model, then they can work with the government. So what we have, to develop it rapidly. So what we have done in the few years, for example, you have now in Linden investments that we made there in that region where you can play ICC level cricket because we put in the lights, FIFA level football with a ground, and you have a track now for that you can do international events. In Berbice, we're in New Amsterdam, we're putting in the track there, a major athletic track that would allow football to be played there too. A stone throw away at Palmyra, there is a new stadium being built. If you go to Port Morant, we're putting in lights, you can play ICC cricket there. In Anna Regina, you see the same thing happening, a world-class ground being developed. So we're investing heavily, the sports hall being rehabilitated, heavily in infrastructure and recreational facilities. We have to now support this by programs. How do we get to professionalize this, to make it a business? People can earn money from sports. And it's something that is worth doing because we provide some opportunities for the sportsmen who distinguish themselves. So we may be able to find a job in government for them to help to buttress their income. But that's not the model we're talking about where we can make good money from sports. The problem, though, is the size of our population, and the audience size is small. So we have to internationalize it. There is a boxing match that we're supporting, international fight, that's going to happen soon. A Guyanese is going to fight, so we want to bring it to Guyana so we can be televised around the world. I think it would happen in a month's time or something like that. Boxing match. But it's something, you hit the nail on the head. We have to work together to do this, to make it a place where a person can earn a living just by doing sports, not just, get a little small-time job and then have to hustle elsewhere and can't dedicate their time.
Ghana Harp Eagles will likely welcome back opening batsman Tej Chandrapal for their crucial 4th-round clash against Jamaica Scorpions starting March 5. Chandrapal missed the previous round of the 2025 West Indies 4-Day Championship due to burst webbing on his hand. However, Captain Tevin Imlach confirmed that fast bowler Shamar Joseph is unlikely to travel to Sabina Park and may miss the remainder of the season. Joseph's shin is expected to keep him sidelined. His upcoming Indian Premier League commitments further complicate his return. The unbeaten Harpy Eagles currently lead the championship standings with 57.6 points, holding a slim 2-point advantage over Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Their match against Scorpions, who are currently 5th in the table with 32.6 points, will be their first away game of the season.
It's not likely that we'll get Shamar back. Obviously, he has his injury would have acted up back again. So, and he has, I guess, some cricket. Well, not I guess he has IPL in the coming months. So, I guess he would want to be ready for that, 100% ready for that. So, it's not likely that we will see him. Tage, he's likely to be back for that next couple of rounds.
President Dr. Fanali has been selected to replace Dr. Keith Rowley as the new chairman of the CARICOM Cricket Subcommittee. Outgoing Chairman Dr. Rowley announced the news recently at the 40th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Barbados. Dr. Rowley, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, revealed that this was the final CARICOM meeting he would be attending and said Guyana's President Ali has been selected as the new chairman.
In recent times, we have not been having heads of government meeting without having a component from West Indies cricket. We did have some discussion, not too much detail, because we have done some work before in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago, and we've seen some results. Some progress have been made and being made. But the main thing is that because this is the end of my tenure as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago and my last meeting at CARICOM, today I handed over to at plenary, and the heads selected or agreed to select my colleague from Guyana, who is an eminent cricketer, as you know, President Fanali, to now take the chairmanship of the subcommittee on cricket, because we maintain our interest in the potential for West Indies cricket to remain at the high level internationally and the preservation of our legacy, and heads of government should continue to be interested in what goes on in West Indies cricket and assist wherever we can.
The Ghana women's team lost its opening match of the CG United Insurance Super 50 Cup, losing to the Barbados Pride women by 11 runs on Monday at the Connery Sports Club in St. Kitts, Nevis. Barbados, electing to bat first, posted a competitive 183 for 5 from their 50 overs. Keshona Knight's patient 54 anchored the innings, while Aaliyah Allen's explosive 57 not out provided a late boost. Trishan Holder and Najini Cumberbatch also made valuable contributions. Shanita Grumman was the pick of the Ghana bowlers, taking 2 for 17, and chasing 184, Ghana was bowled out for 172 in 47.4 overs. Despite the starts from Mandy Mangru, Shabika Gajdami and Sharianne Fraser, all of whom made 26, no batter could convert their score into a match-winning innings. Ghana's next match is on Wednesday against Jamaica at the St. Paul's Complex from 10 hours. And that's the news for this evening. Of course, you can find these and other stories at our website, newsroom.gy, or across all our social media pages, Newsroom Guyana. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I am Vishani Raghavar. Thank you for joining us.